Hello there, Jonathan here, and welcome to Learn to Playthrough's post-game review. So what'd you guys think of the game? Pretty cool, huh? I love it. So I understand that it takes several hours, but you know, this game has got it where room to room, card to card, it keeps your interest peaked enough that you forget about the time that it takes to play it, and you can just enjoy the whole game. So that's what I love about this game. So we got a review here, and I'm breaking it into two parts. Our first part is Learn to Playthrough's Learn Phase Review. So the question for you is, how did I do? Did I do okay? Was I good? Bad? Could I have done more? I think that I could have been a little bit better, because I think I veered off the path several times and took into account too much role-playing. So Shauna said this, or Yvette did that. There was too much of that as opposed to teaching you guys the rules and components more in depth for what Learn to Playthrough is all about. So I'm going to have to tighten it up a little bit when we get into our next phase, the 2 phase, because we still have some rules to cover. Plus we got more rules and components coming in that I want to get them all covered, so when we get into the playthrough phase, that you can just sit back and relax and not worry about why did he roll the dice, why did he go over there. You'll know everything about what's going on, so you just sit back, relax, play the game, and you can enjoy it. So the next part is the Shadows of Brimstone, City of the Ancients review. So big thumbs up. I give it a big thumbs up. Definitely a game to get, because it's really good. What else is there to say about it? This game has got a lot going for it, both physically and replayability wise. So we have one core set, there is another core set, and then there's a third core set that's available where it just finished up its Kickstarter campaign. And if you want to get in on the late pledge, you can go over to Flying Frog's website at www.flyingfrog.net and go ahead and pledge there. Now, just an FYI for you that this campaign finished in October of 2013. Now, 4 years later, people are finally getting their end product. So, the Forbidden Fortress, which is the next core box, is it going to take 3 years for you to finally get it? Or do you just go ahead and buy it when it comes out to retail? Now, getting it through the Kickstarter, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck with all that extra stuff, but you're going to have to wait 2-3 years or whatever, how long it's going to take. At the moment, there's 5 expansions for Shadows of Brimstone, 21 enemy packs, 6 mission packs, there's 18 game supplements, and 10 hero classes, in addition to the 4 that you get with City of the Ancients and the 4 that you can get with Swamps of Death. There's also some miscellaneous items you can get, like these purple crystals that represent Darkstone, so it's kind of cool and all. Now the other part was the replayability. Oh my god, replayability in this game is huge. I'm going to state that you will never ever go through the same mine twice. You'll never ever go through the same encounter cards twice, exploration tokens twice, battle the same group of monsters twice. Sure, you're going to have an encounter card Piles of Bones, and sure, you're going to battle a Night Terror, but the sequence that they come out in, it's never ever going to be the same. I would definitely have to state that. Replayability just doesn't go with that, it also goes with your heroes, where you can go through a campaign mode, and in there you can go ahead and level up and use the upgrade chart, where are you going to be a melee fighter? Are you going to be a ranged with the gunfighter? Are you going to be wielding double guns, 2 guns? Are you going to be wielding a shotgun or a rifle? You know, how is your character going to be? How do you want to build them up? You know, you're going to find stuff in the mines, gears in the mines, and scavenge in the mines that it's going to get you different stuff. So character from campaign to campaign is going to be different. Mine to mine is going to be different. Cards to cards are going to be different. Like I said, replayability extremely high. that's what I believe makes Shadows of Brimstone a very, very excellent game to get, just because of that reason alone. So I mentioned all that stuff that you can get. It makes it sound big, but you're not putting everything down on the floor or table at once. The footprint that you make for this game is as small or as big as you want to make it. Now in the videos on the play area, the table is 72 inches by 30 inches deep. And the side table is the same, 72 by 30. So it's a nice big open area and such that it's less constrictive, and so you're not as just constrictive to want to play the game. I've played it on the desk here before, where the tiles and some cards were over here, and then over here had the character sheets, and then over here on a chair had the box that had the models and the tiles and the other cards in it. So it is playable in this small area here, but by putting it in a larger area, it just keeps you more calm and relaxed when you want to play the game. Now there's several things that I like and dislike actually about this game here. What I like about the mechanics is that they got the threat cards here, and then on it says how many heroes it takes to play the certain threat. So you don't go into a room and have, a bunch of night terrors in there just going killing you and stuff like that. So it's very cool the way they have that set up with that kind of a threat card mechanic. The also mechanic that I like is the AI system. Where they attack and they start way back, or they ambush you and right here, and it's a randomly choosing which hero instead of, we're going to pinpoint one character and we're going to go ahead and kill him, and so now that person has to sit out the rest of the game, so it's all random and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool there. Thing I don't like about this game is the KOs, the knockouts versus death. It seems like there's so much knockout that it's like, why is someone getting knocked out and not killed? I mean, you got a posse of 2 or 4 members coming into a room, and then the enemies come out and they knock out all of the posse members. Why don't the enemies eat the posse members? They rip off an arm and they chew on it and they kill them. I don't understand why that doesn't happen. So that's one thing that I'm kind of annoyed by. Now there is an option in one of the books that says you can take away the KO and put death in its place. So that way it's going to keep you on your toes a lot more, instead of, oh, well, I get knocked out, I'll just go back to the doc's office and have him cure me of the injury, or go to the church and cure me of the madness that I get. Stuff like that. The models here, like them and dislike them. So you got the easy model, which is like the tentacle, one piece, put it on the base, boom, you're done. Okay, easy as that. The hero, got a gunslinger here, so there's 4 pieces there. Our Night Terror, he has 7 pieces, and then the big Goliath, he has 9 pieces, or she, I'm not sure. So it's good and bad with the number of pieces, because as I said in the miniature painting video, that it's been 3 decades, 30 years since I've painted or actually even put together a model. So it's kind of therapeutic and relaxing getting over into the workstation and go ahead and putting these together. It's kind of interesting. Now the bad part is that on the back of the shoulder of the gunslinger, okay, there's gaps. All right. The Night Terror on the ankles and the leg, and especially on the back of the neck, there's gaps. All right. Goliath, oh my gosh, too many to even mention. There's gaps all over the place. It's bad that they're made like this. I mean, I'm pretty sure that the computer program said that they're supposed to fit. Now they don't fit. The good part of it, though, is that it's now introduced me into what's called green stuff, or matte varnish. So this is a filler that you put into the gaps, and then you'll go ahead and you'll smooth it out, and then when you paint it, it'll look like it's seamless. So it's very nice looking. So that's what I like about their mistake of making a bad model, is that it made people like me, who has not experienced the world of green stuff or matte varnish, to use the stuff and actually produce a, well, in my case of levelness, a half decent miniature. So the thought process of the game here that I wondered about is what actually made this game so good. I mean, you go from room to room and card to card, and every time is different, but it was like, I couldn't put my finger on it, that's not really it. What makes this game so great? Well, several months ago, I had an epiphany, and the epiphany was other worlds. This is what I believe makes the game so great. For some weird reason, it's just clicked, that other worlds. Now, at the moment, you have the mines and the Targa Plateau in City of the Ancients. In Swamps of Death, you have the mines and you have the Dragona. So, I don't know if the mines are the same, but if they're not, that means that you'll have this card, which is the mines, and then you'll have 3 other cards. So, you go ahead, you go to a portal, you take the 3 cards, shuffle them up. Where are we going to go? Ooh, it just seems like there was more of an ooh there than, oh, we went from room to room. Big deal. So there's 5 expansions and there's some missions, so they bring in more cards. So 5 expansions, now there's going to be 8 more cards, more. So now you're shuffling around. Where am I going to go to? That's what I think takes Shadows of Brimstone to a new level of gameplay that will keep your interest to play this game every Saturday, every month, every year. Keep going on and on and on and on. Thing about certain things are these rule books. So the adventure book and the rule book. Now the adventure book, we had an issue in the Frontier Town on the town event track where the adventure book said to put a hero posse marker on there. The Frontier Town reference chart said put a darkness marker on there. I don't know who does the editing for this, but if it's the same person, they must have fell asleep, and if it's multiple people, they really need to communicate with each other because they seem to drop the ball on that. There's other things that are kind of bothersome, and it's like the tokens. You know, it doesn't really say in here, you know, how many tokens can you use at a time? When can you use them? And stuff like that. So that's kind of, for me, being a kind of person that wants to play by the rules and stuff, instead of, oh, you bought the game, now go ahead and play it the way you want. Because when you go to play with someone else or a convention or something, you got to play by the rules. Otherwise, everyone's going to get all frustrated and stuff like that. So, to help out with the rules, be involved with the community. So both offline and online. For offline, go to one of your hobby stores, see if they have a Shadows of Brimstone group there that you can get with, and you can ask them questions. There's also meetup.com that I'm part of, where I'll go in there, type in whatever, and say, oh look, they're having a game this weekend, so I can go play it. You know. And then online, you get involved with different groups online. Like I'm involved with BGG, Board Game Geek. On there, I'm known as, you know, Learn to Play Through. You know, doesn't sound too original, but I mean that's what I'm doing here. Learn to play through. So I put that on there. So if you need to contact me, you know where to go. You can go to Facebook. And Facebook, they got a bunch of different pages and groups and stuff on there. And on there, I'm known as Jonathon Mark Johnson. So if you go on there, you can say hi to me, stuff like that. And then on YouTube, well, you're watching the video on, you know, Learn to Play Through. So that's where I'm located there, and you can go and write stuff down in the comments or anything like that. So just go ahead and get on there, be involved with the community. That way you can just ask questions left and right on Facebook. They can answer it within seconds, if not, you know, within an hour. So it'll be pretty easy there. I'll go ahead and leave some information down in the show notes of certain places that you can go to, websites and stuff like that that I'm involved with, and just other places, and go ahead and choose and pick and go from there. So, in conclusion, like I said, big thumbs up for this game. Definitely a game to get for the replayability of it and all of the stuff that's available. Expansions, missions, game supplements and stuff like that. Like I said, you'll never have the same game twice. High playability, very, very high. Very high. Rulebook and certain cards, they can be explained a little bit better. So there's a lot of holes and gaps in there. That's just the way it is at the moment. Overall, a great game, especially like I said with the high playability. Awesome, awesome. One thing before I leave here, I just want to give a big shout out to Dan and Robin. Thank you guys very, very much for your words and comments that you've given me so far. Like I said, it's fueled the fire to where it's given me enough motivation to keep going and doing more videos and pursuing more of these games and stuff like that. So, till then, get yourself a game of Shadows of Brimstone, City of the Ancients. Get your favorite drink, and let's learn to play through.